Hi everyone, and welcome to my series on stress management tips. Today's subject is alcohol. Now, I feel like I could talk for hours about the ups and downs of drinking, and it's such an interesting subject when it comes to stress and especially anxiety. I've always liked to drink, and I'm not great at knowing when to stop, so it took me years to realise that alcohol was actually making my anxiety a lot worse. It was a really strange situation for me because drinking was so useful to build up my courage and make the anxiety go away when I was going out. But then the next day I'd live in fear all day, which was absolutely awful. A lot of the time it wasn't just the day afterwards either, it might go on for a couple of days. The thing with alcohol is that it can help ease social situations by making you feel more carefree. But when you have too much for you don't sleep properly. You then end up in a situation where your body and mind are fighting exhaustion and maybe sickness to try and get through the day. When you go to sleep after having alcohol, your body spends all of its time trying to get rid of it while you're asleep instead of doing the things that it should be doing, like mending itself and resting your mind. This puts you in a situation where you can't think as clearly because your body hasn't rested properly, so that's tired as well. You might be feeling ill and dehydrated, so you're nowhere near 100%. Most of us have been there, and it's an awful feeling. The trouble is that when it feels like it's making you have a good time, that's a difficult thing to give up. For me though, realising how it affected my mental health has been a game changer. I generally now only drink if I'm going out, and I try to limit that to about once a week. So my advice is to try and limit what you drink when you are doing it, or at least make sure you have time to rest properly the next day without too much stress on you. Try not to be too hard on yourself a day afterwards too. If you're struggling with anxiety and fear, try to cut the alcohol out for a bit or cut down, and you should notice a difference. I find it so much easier to cope with a stressful day when I'm well rested and haven't been drinking, rather than if I've had a load the night before. It makes a stressful situation worse, and let's face it, you don't have to worry about if you've been a bit embarrassing either. I hope this has been helpful for you. Drop me a comment to let me know how you're finding these tips. Otherwise, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.